His first great act of conquest was Rajasthan, the key to ruling all of northern India. The Hindu princes of Rajasthan, the Rajputs, were famed as the greatest warriors of their day. They had incredible wealth and soaring fortresses, the greatest of which was Chitor, a massive hilltop fortress rising 500 feet above the plains, covering 700 acres. Its almost perpendicular walls seemed to grow out of solid rock. It had been held almost continuously for 800 years. But Akbar was not daunted. On October 25th, 1567, his army arrived below Chitor. A military genius, Akbar the Great sought to conquer all of northern India. Chitor fortress stood in his way. Laying siege to it, he used his elephants on a large scale to pull his massive cannons. Akbar's army of 3,000 to 4,000 faced a garrison of 8,000 Rajput veterans, well supplied with provisions. Akbar ringed the fortress with batteries of cannon, but any damage was always repaired overnight. His initial attack failed. He needed to give his cannons more elevation to unleash their destructive power on the fort. So he ordered the building of this high hill right outside the fortress walls on which his cannons could be placed. But the work was so dangerous, it was hard to get workers to build it.
During this period, the Mughals had a lot of very heavy mortars, and the mortar has a high-angle arc of trajectory. This hill was essential for Mughal siege techniques here because they wanted to lob large shells inside the fort. So it was important to get the hill built high enough in order to get their shells inside. And we have to take into account the number of people who were gathered in here. They numbered in their thousands. So there was some target density, if you will. And that made a hit probability greater from the Mughal standpoint.
But cannons could not destroy the thick walls of Chitor fortress. Akbar had an unusual plan to blow a hole in the fort, but it would take 5,000 workers and hundreds of lives to execute. The siege of Chitor went on for months, yet Akbar was no closer to his goal. To break the deadlock, he decided to plant mines beneath the walls of the fort and blow them up. But first, he needed to get his men to the walls in safety. Some accounts say that Akbar built 2 sabbats, massive snaking-covered passageways made of earth, bricks, and timber, constructed at great cost of life. The remains of a sabbat have never been found at Chitor, but the fast-setting sun reveals an extraordinary feature on the landscape.
If it were adjacent to a river, I would say it was a levee. But in this case, it's clearly not. And oddly enough, it snakes its way up towards what would have been the historic front entrance of this fortress. It terminates at a point far enough back from the fort that the staging area would be beyond effective fire of the fort.
These may be the remains of Akbar the Great's legendary sabbats. Old accounts suggest that one of them was used to give engineers access to the base of the fort, where explosives were placed to breach the wall. But the plan backfired when one of the mines exploded prematurely, killing Akbar's men. It is not known precisely how the siege ended. Near the end, a shot from Akbar's own matchlock wounded or killed the commander of the already demoralized Rajput garrison. Those inside the fort faced the ultimate stakes. If the Rajput princes failed, their women and children would make the ultimate sacrifice. Johar, self-immolation, death by fire, to save their honor. On February 25th, 1568, at dawn, Akbar attacked. In less than a day, he was victorious. All of Rajasthan was his. Akbar the Great had expanded the Mughal Empire to almost 1 million square miles.